Yo, get this here squared away so I feel like I'm actually on camera. Because I feel like I'm not right now. Like you can't see can't see everything. Up, 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 and away we go. There we go. I just figured I'd go live for a minute while I'm at the shop before we open. We open at 3. I'm sure I've got some people coming in right at about 3. So we are going to get some business done today. It's a slow day. Tuesdays are usually the slower day. I think we have leagues every other or every once a month or something, weird leagues on Tuesdays. So we'll just answer some questions. We'll chat a little bit. Maybe it won't be a half hour. Maybe it'll be 10 minutes. Maybe it'll be 15 minutes. Who knows? Maybe it'll be an hour. I have no idea. Probably won't be an hour because I'm sure somebody will walk in and I'll have to get going. But yes. So let's just jump right in. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. Hit that like button so that way we can spread the word. Hit the like, hit the share, all that good stuff. If you haven't, comment, do all that good jazz. Helps the algorithm, helps people see these videos. Because obviously we have to spread some knowledge. I just got done recording, I don't know, 4 or 5 more videos, more training type videos. So hopefully I'll get those out within the next week or so. We'll just keep plugging them away. Some stuff we've already went over, but I like to redo a lot of the videos because just because some of them get old and we need to see some new ones. So we do that. Anyway, let's roll through here. Let's see what we got question wise. All right. Oh, is that Quan Edwards? Yeah, I'll have to go back and look, man. I'll have to go back and see what dates you were looking at. You have to let me know what dates you're looking at. Send me a new email just so it might have got lost in a pile of them. I don't know. Just send me a new one, roll, and then I'll be able to look back on today for that email. Bob's here. What's up, Bob? How we doing? Physical lessons. This just email bowlerx training center at gmail.com and we'll try to get you in here. We'll try to get you hooked up one way or another. Yes, I do have the forge, the iron forge. It's actually one of the balls that I'm drilling today. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls that I'm drilling today for reviews and whatnot. Iron forge, both quantums. Drilling the Obsession Tour Pearl. I have another Joker that I'm drilling, another Joker Wild, and then a Swagger by Swag that I'm actually going to drill and do reviews on all of them. I've already done the Joker, but I'm going to drill a new one and see if it's anything like the old one that I had that I really like that now has games on them that kind of want to put a little different layout on it just to see what I can get out of it. So, favorite ball ever. Boy, that's a tough one. I don't know that I can say I have a favorite ball ever. I'll have to think about that one for a while. See, that's what I don't like when it does that. Why does it always scroll back down? Damn Good Verge versus Columbia Power Torque. I have no idea. I did throw the Damn Good Verge. The Power Torque I have yet to drill. I've got one sitting here on the shelf. I might actually drill it. I don't know. Especially since I'm bowling on Cheetah this weekend, I could probably put a strong layout on it to be able to kind of use that. I believe it's a weaker core, right? I don't know. I don't know the numbers on it, and I don't have a sheet on it right there. So I'm gonna have to do some digging on it, but I might drill it. Who knows? So I have a thumb slug, and I use thumb tape, and my thumb still gets blisters. Why is that? If your thumb gets blisters, it's because you're squeezing and something is causing you to squeeze. So we have to figure out what it is that is causing you to squeeze. More than likely, it's a hole size issue. Most times it's a hole size issue, could be a pitch issue, could be a hole shape issue. So something I would have to look at, or your pro shop would have to look at. You have to get that done. Eric, you're my hero. I don't know you. I probably know you if I saw you. I would imagine. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But thanks. I like being hero. Have you drilled the new motive? Nope, I have not. That's what I was. Yeah. So I guess I'm behind on comments. Haven't drilled it yet. I'm going to drill it today, and then we'll do the review later. We recommend for a high track bowler with 380 rev rate, 7 degrees of tilt on 38 feet and below. Just drill something strong. Get the blend. You know, I mean, 380 rev rate, it's not low, but it's not very high. 7 degrees of tilt, that's not high either. That's a little lower than what you'd want, so you already get a ball started. So if you drill a ball strong on those shorter patterns, the 38 feet and lower are considered shorter for me. I would say you would blend out the lane really well. So I would do 3.5 or 4-inch drilling on it. Probably 4-inch would be better, and be able to blend out the entire lane. What's your opinion on switch grips? I'm having a real issue from ball to ball during league, even using the same tape. Yeah, definitely. I think it's a must. If you're using multiple bowling balls, if you have 3, 4, or 5 bowling balls that you switch around from, then you definitely have to have some type of switch grip. I prefer turbo, but that's not saying you have to use turbo. I just think it's easier to install and easier to use. So I would be definitely looking into getting switch grips. That's one of the better investments you'll make. Dark Code or Trend 2? Boy, 2 different bowling balls for sure. Dark Code is, I would think it's a little cleaner and smoother than the Trend 2. I think the Trend 2 is closer to like a Zen. So I'm going to throw it again a little bit today since I just did that review. Maybe I'll throw it a little bit up against the Dark Code and see how they compare to each other here. I got to do a lot of different reviews, some comparison reviews now that I've got a lot of these bowling balls. We got to put them together and do some reviews. So I'm going to start doing that soon. Juan says it was supposed to be for today, actually, but if you had to pick 6 balls to take to a tournament today and you don't know the pattern, which balls would you take? Well, let me get down to that comment so I can post that up there. There you go. I would say the 3 key bowling balls that I always take with me are going to be that Dark Code, the Zen, and what was the other one? Which one did I use a lot in that tournament? Would be, so Dark Code, Zen, and RST X2 would be 3, because those 3 are very, very different from each other for me, but they cover, the majority of the lane. Now, and then I would add in a purple hammer for playing further right, and then I would throw in something like an IQ tour maybe, or an obsession tour in there to be a part of the blending type, lower differential type bowling balls. And then I would probably add in like my Joker Wild. And if I got to throw in a 7th ball, I think I would throw in a Geek, to be honest, because then I have that weak pearl to go with the Joker when I need to really go around the lane. And when I really need to go around the lane, I have the RST, the Dark Code, and the Zen, and possibly I'm gonna mix up and I'm gonna put the Zen together with the Trend 2. You'll notice in the video that I did with the Trend 2, I thought that it gave me some glimpses of what the Zen did for me. So I'm gonna test them against each other and see what we got. But then again, the Zen in this building went pretty straight. It burned up, or it did something weird that it didn't hook here. The Trend 2 actually hooked. Trend 2 looked good. So that's what's telling me I think the Trend 2 is going to be quite a bit more down lane than what I saw here out of this review. Go to you got another one that threw in. So thanks for your donation, by the way. I appreciate that. Definitely make sure you it gets your comments picked up there for sure. Can you talk about causes of the ball skidding past the break point? I had a teammate in league tell me I'm pushing it instead of rolling. Yeah, I mean, if you have too high of tilt or too high of rotation, the ball can skid until it hits the dry a little bit too much. Generally, I mean, it's a lot of layout too. You could put yourself into a stronger layout. If you're a natural higher tilt bowler, you need to be having lower first angle asim balls, and definitely maybe even mid-range third number asim balls instead. So you do something like let's call it 30 by 4 inches, is a pretty strong flaring layout, by let's say 45, somewhere in between there, because that will get you a nice smooth blend there, but it'll get the ball started up quicker, so it can combat that tilt, that rotation that you have. If you're a high rotation player, I mean, you're going to see a lot of friction once it hits the dry. So you're going to want to, but you want to control that. So you've got to use some bigger layouts to balance how far your ball is going down lane. The problem with that is then, you may get the ball started too early by doing that, or you may get a lot of flat 10s because now, You know, there's a fine line there. You know, you get it going a little too far, it's going to be a wrap 10. You get it going a little too early, it's a flat 10. You got to find yourself that happy medium there. So play around with some layouts. I think it could be, you know, or even surface. You could change surface if a ball is, you know, just reading, you know, a couple of feet too far down lane. Just touch the surface a little bit and see if you can't get it to start up just a little bit quicker. But thank you for that donation. Appreciate that. All right. Try to go back and see some different ones here. And Quan's back again. All right, I'm a full roller. So the closer the pin is to my thumb hole, the stronger it is, or is it the furthest away? It makes it stronger layout. You know what? I haven't done a whole lot of experimenting with the full roller layouts. There's some things you can do because it's a lot like two-handed layouts as well. You know, but generally, yeah, the pen you try to get it into, you know, next to the thumb, and you're flipping everything around with the CG in the middle, and then your mass bias being up by your fingers to the right if you're right-handed, vice versa if you're left-handed. So, but that's just to more or less keep the ball away from tracking over your fingers and your thumb, so you can, you know, get a little bit better reaction. Otherwise, with the way, you know, you full roll, you would have to, I mean, you could do different things. I mean, if you're a full roller, I don't think you necessarily have to use full roller layouts per se, but don't quote me on that because I haven't done much experimenting with it. Because I've had some people that are two finger bowlers that, you know, they track like a full roller, of course, and they almost like clip the fingers, and I was able to, you know, manipulate where that pin was, but I didn't put it low. I put it super high and to the right, and I was able to change their track a little bit and get it away from the finger. So I would say, um, just kind of maybe do a little bit of research on it. You might be able to do some different things. A lot of full rollers feel trapped in being stuck with whatever they do. You know, so like I don't know, every ball has to be laid out the same. You know, you got, you know, guys like Tom Smallwood out on tour, where I think it's a benefit a lot of times being full roller because you're creating. You don't have to worry about all these different layouts, and you're creating basically the same shapes all the time. So it helps to be able to, you know, be consistent from pattern to pattern, knowing your ball's going to do fairly similar things each time. You know, so it definitely helps to do that. So just kind of do some research, figure out where you want to go with it. Um, I know Mo did some videos on full roller type layouts and all that, so maybe go look at that as well. And so we got, oops, we did that one. Let's find that one. I'll go back down to this one. New member, Night Night. Thank you. Appreciate you joining. Definitely appreciate that. We got Mikey here coming up with super chat. Appreciate the super chat donations. After 3 years, I'm finally retiring my Halo. That's starting to bog down. What would you say would be a good replacement? You know what? That Halo was a really good ball. I really like that Halo. That one stayed in my bag for quite some time. I would say you could look into something like the Reality, and I know that would be a little bit stronger than what the Halo was overall, I think, but I think it's similar. I think you can do some similar things. Might be a little smoother than what the Halo was. If you want something that's still going to store a little bit of energy and have some surface, you might have to get out of the Storm Roto range, or you could take something like I mean, you could take something like a parallax effect and put surface on it, and I think it would be close. I mean, I could be wrong, but just the way that ball reacts with shine on it, I think would be good with surface on it too, and it would let you get a little bit further left. Otherwise, I think you'd have to get out of the Roto Grip Storm 900 Global range and go into like a Game Breaker 4 would be real similar to that, I think. Um, mm, Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I got on that right now. Maybe the quantum EVO, but I think the quantum's a little bit stronger. I'm gonna drill that up today, and we're gonna find out. But definitely look into a nice solid. I mean, any solid bowling ball is gonna be good, of course, but with a halo, you're gonna. Honestly, I really think I like the idea of taking a parallax effect and putting a little surface on it. I think it would be pretty close. I think that would be the right idea. I would try that. All right. You know what? I didn't do it upside down. I did it sideways. So we did 2 bowling balls. We did 2 of the igniters solids, and we did the pen directly above the bridge on both of them. One kicked to the left, straight across 45 degrees or 90 degrees, and then the other kicked to the right. So you have max side weight on both sides. And they were both at like 2.8 ounces of top weight. So right at around that 3-ounce side weight, probably, maybe, possibly. I'd have to measure them out or weigh them out to find out for sure. But I'll tell you what, I did throw them. And a little teaser here, a little bit of a early review. It matters. I saw a difference. I definitely saw a difference. And maybe it was just the very back part of the lane. Shape-wise, throughout the entire lane, it wasn't much of a difference. But I saw a difference of how the ball went through the pins. And obviously, the positive weighted one went through the pins much better. But as far as reaction goes, I was able to play the lanes the same. If anything, if there was any front-to-back type changes, the positive one was just a pinch stronger, just a tiny little bit. But it's a noticeable difference. You definitely can tell the difference going through the pins. I know everybody kind of references the one that Prather did. Chris Prather did a video with the Zen Master. He did one with the CG way up above his fingers and then one below his fingers. But that you're just kind of taking a little bit of, giving it a little bit more finger weight versus thumb weight, I guess. Not really creating the side weight that you want to see in order to really change the shape. I guess the left to right or the front to back, whichever way you want to look at it. As far as that goes, I think the way we did it is definitely showing a difference. And you can see already at these low speeds that it shows a big difference. Now, somebody that throws the ball faster than me, are they going to see the difference? Probably not. I mean, I'm probably right at that cusp of being slow enough to where I can see a difference in it. But anybody that really throws it fast and with a big rev rate probably isn't going to see a difference from a negative weighted ball versus the positive. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. My game's been changing so much this season. We're only starting week 8 tonight. You guys have the ability to get rev rate, tilt, axis, all those variables at the training center. Yeah, I can get all those. It's not a big deal. We don't have Specto here, and Specto's not very accurate anyway. So I do actually, I don't know if they make it anymore, but I want to get Bowler ID in here. It's a couple $1,000s to get it, but see if I can't cut a deal. Try to figure something out there. But yeah, I mean, we can get that for sure. I can get your PAP, your tilt, your axis rotation. We can figure all that out. That's not a big deal. It's pretty easy, but we can do that here. Hope the Lions go 0-17. Yeah, that another number 1 pick. That'd be sweet. That'd be cool. I'd be okay with that because it doesn't matter now at this point. Goff is awful. So, bleh. Strongest ball on the market. I haven't thrown the Quantum EVO yet, but they're saying it's ridiculous. They're saying it's really ridiculous. So I will, I'll be able to tell you after that. But right now, I think the reality still reigns as strongest I've thrown so far, which the reality didn't stay in my bag because it was too strong. So I'm giving that to my my buddy Joe. I just drilled it up for him. We'll go bowl league tomorrow, Thursday with it. So more videos on drilling. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Eventually, I'll get some stuff put together on days like today when it's not too busy and I can put some videos together. I'll be able to do something like that, hopefully. It skipped me right down again, dang it. Is there any place to get a ball core taken out of a ball? I don't think so. I think you'd have to pretty much cut it out yourself, but that would then be very difficult to do. But I got one here. Want this one? It's one of the 15-pound quantum cores right here. So we got that at the seminar from a couple of days ago, last Thursday. What time is it? Got a couple of minutes, and then I got to get out of here. Remember your channel. Just wanted to say videos have been incredibly helpful for me to get back into the swing of things since being away from the game for 10 years. Good deal, Jason. I'd like to see that. That's what we want to do. We want to attract new bowlers. We want current bowlers to get better, and we want to make sure people are having fun, because if you're bowling bad, it's not any fun. So try to make this to where people can get a little bit better, learn a little bit, and kind of just get better, I guess, is all we can say. Oh, here's the boy. What's up, kid?
Where's my sticky hands?
Right here.
I want it.
Right in the face. Right in the face. Gotcha. All right. Should you start with your strongest ball or weakest or benchmark when starting out the day? And generally, you start with a benchmark, but I like to have a couple of different benchmarks. So depending, I like to have a strong benchmark and a weak benchmark. I almost always start with the weaker benchmark. If I feel like I need more bowling ball, then I'll go to the stronger benchmark and then make my decisions from there. So try to start as weak as I can, because then as I move left, I can always go to stronger balls. If you start with a super strong ball, sure, you can go to weaker balls, but then you're giving up so much by, going weaker. So I like to start weaker and go stronger as you move left. I bowl on the tour schedule next year, Bulls Tour. I don't know if I'm going to bowl the full one yet, but I'm going to bowl the majority of them at least. There's a couple in question. The Texas stop and the Colorado stop I'm not too entirely sure about. It's a lot of travel, a lot of time away from the shop, so I'll have to see what the schedule looks like for me and figure that out. Live YouTube during league, I don't bowl league, so that would be tough. That's why I do it during my events and all that stuff. So, Ronald, we have to do something. I haven't heard from you in a while. It's been must have been busy over at your training center there, which is a good thing. That's good news. But we will do something together for sure. We have to get some. There's a reason I don't do a whole lot of surface prep tip videos, because all that information is always available over on Ron's page. You can see all that stuff over there. I don't want to do too much over here and give conflicting information, because, just what I say might differ a little bit from what he says. So I wouldn't be too helpful with that, because my knowledge base of surface and all that stuff isn't the greatest. I just know the duller it is, the more it hooks earlier. And the cleaner it is, or the shinier it is, the more it hooks later most cases. So that's my extent of my knowledge to that. Purple hammer. That's all you need to know. Just drill purple hammers all day long, because you can do so much with them. They can go straight and they can hook a bunch. Straight up. Bigelow. I'm beating you in the finals. Just so you know. Just so you know. Yep. You got a CTD fan. Want to see some collaboration? We might have to make it happen. USBC is increasing the minimum softness value on urethane again. Do you think that impacts the new purple solid hammer, black solid hammer, red pearl hammer that just got approved? If that is true, then I would say that's probably the reason why they're introducing the new hammers. So that kind of fits the sheen there a little bit, if that's the case. I'm not exactly a huge fan of short pin. 2.5 inches is the shortest I will go. Anything below that, it gave me a little bit too much over under. And I don't like that, because you're just laying the core down. I need a little bit of wobble from the core. It helps you out a little bit. So the 2.5 inch, I usually, my best 2.5 inch layout is that 125 by 2.5 by 70, which gets the pin in a good spot to the right and kicks the CG directly into my palm. So, And if it's asymmetric, I've had success doing it with asymmetric bowling balls as well. I'm able to get the mass bias in the track, which slows everything down and really helps me control the lane as well. So it goes, it's going to be really good. So that's always a good layout for me. It's when they're flat, when they're hard, especially longer flat patterns. And they don't work too good for me on shorter patterns. Generally, I need, urethane or something, or, generally I'll just go straight to Purple Hammer because it's the best ball on the market right now. So I will have to, then I only use the 2.5 inch pin layouts when I'm on a longer pattern of some sort. So.
3 times though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to use the Geek a ton because it is weaker. Maybe this weekend I will because we're bowling on Cheetah. So when I get to go, there was an opportunity to use it at the last regional because I was able to go around it with that ball. I could throw it at the gutter. We were on a shorter pattern Viper, 36-foot Viper, and I could have gone around it with it a little bit, but I didn't chance it. I just stuck with the Purple Hammer because I was in the cut, so I didn't want to fall out by making some change. But the Geek definitely had a chance to play. I just didn't pull that trigger. So Geek will go with me again on Cheetah. So we'll see if it comes into play or not. We're going out there, Carpentersville, Illinois, on Friday. So I'm bowling this weekend out there. So yes, very favorable to the Geek still. Yeah, Mo always said to drill your thumbs as deep as possible so you can get the max amount of differential out of the ball. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Especially since you can't put weight holes or side holes. Side holes in them anymore, so you can't add differential or decrease differential with a side weight. I was never a person that used a whole lot of lower holes to give extra differential to bowling balls. I was more the higher holes trying to take differential out. So I don't drill the thumb hole deep very much unless I've got a lower rev rate, lower rev rate or a higher speed player, and then I'll drill the thumb super deep to try to gain some differential out of a bowling ball. But other than that, I don't do too much, I'd say. So, all right, well, it is getting right around that 3 o'clock range, so I got to get to work. I'm going to drill a couple of bowling balls and get some stuff done. So I do, all of you that participated in the super chat there, appreciate you jumping in there. And if you have any other questions that I might try to be able to get to, you can always email me over at bowlerxtrainingcenter@gmail.com. It gives you an option there. If you haven't already joined the channel, the J.R. Raymond channel, hit the join button, give you a chance to win bowling balls and all that stuff. We just gave a bowling ball away the other day. We're going to give more bowling balls away. I got to catch up on a bunch of them. I think I have 5 left to give away in the next month or so. And every time I bowl a tournament, I am giving away some type of prize. So we're going to do that every week, basically, because we've got a tournament for the next couple of weeks. And as members, you will get exclusive footage inside the tournaments to where all those videos you've seen in the past where I'm mic'd up, I'm going to put those, the newest ones, they're all going to go into the members only videos. So only as members will you be able to see those. So if you want to be able to see the mic'd up series, this last one that I'm posting right now, there's some cussing, there's some anger. So we're going to post that in there and you'll be able to see some of that stuff. And we'll be able to get you some exclusive footage there and win some prizes. So make sure you hit that join button over there on the J.R. Raymond page if you haven't already. And get all your stuff over at bowlerx.com. Something's falling behind me. I'm not really sure what's falling behind me, but things are falling. So I'm going to, yes, Bob, we just did one the other day. We're going to do another one this week. So we're going to be about 5 of them within the next month that I'm giving away. So make sure you are a member. Members only can win these prizes. So members only can win free bowling balls. So be a member over at the J.R. Raymond page. If you're not already, you're missing out. So I'm out of here. We'll see you guys later.